इसको देना पड़ेगा 100 मार्क्स. मतलब इसने जो घुमा के पूछा है ना.
गोलमाल पे आ रहा है.
गोलमाल Biyyala,
I was gonna say, life in a metro, there are many ensembles.
Anurag has thrown us out of. बासु ने तो नहीं कास किया ना हम लोग. ठीक है. Doesn't matter. His loss.
Yeah, but not daily. Change my clothes as an I.
गर्लफ्रेंड को प्रिजर्व करके रख सकते हो, पार्टनर को रख सकते हो कपड़ों में. Because he'd be like, you'll be fighting, he'll be like, मैथ्स लर्नर. He'd be अच्छा. ओहो फिर. And I'm like हाँ अच्छा मैं and I'm going हाँ तो जा ना. When you sit down with them after a few days, you realize that they're going through a lot. When Sir says action, it's just magic that they create.
After the class, I never went for any, just playing around. So, but today's kids I see, they don't have that time.
Who has been that teacher in your career?
Rajinikanth sir taught me how to respect people while you're at your high, because when you're doing really well, because everyone has a failure. But in music school, I'm very grateful to Sharman, because half the time I was losing my cool.
When I saw the trailer of music school recently, I saw how much fun the kids were having in the class on the camera, and I can tell you that it is for sure true and not at all fake, because I have been in the company of the person who is making it all possible. She's so fun that even our last interaction, she started with a jump scare that I couldn't have my introduction properly. She cut me midway through my introduction, so she's that one. So I can relate to all the fun happening on screen. And there is this person who has made it all possible, and a person who is kind of accompanying her and kind of adding his own flavor to it. So welcome the team of Music School to Bollywood Bubble. Firstly, I have to start.
मैं बता देती हूँ, श्रेया, शर्मन,
Paparao sir, Shriya and Sharman. हमने बोला था ना, we will plug in music school everywhere. So that's why I said.
I mean, तुम ना करो तो मैं कर दूँगी. तुम कोशिश तो करो ना करने.
We'll try. But sir, I have to ask you first, like, who was the bigger kid on set, the kids or Shriya?
Shriya.
I see. He didn't have to even take a beat to think about it.
Not at all.
But
He's making a new film after this. A very big film. And he's casting, not Shriya.
He has learned his lesson. But no. Fun लाए हो यार आप set पे, and that is the main essence when you have kids on set.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
So firstly, for both of you to be in the company of kids, because they add a flavor of their own.
Correct.
And they bring so much innocence, and there is a naivety, but still there's no malice there at all. So to be in that company, was that refreshing and rejuvenating for you both as well?
You say, Sharman.
You say.
Yeah. You know what's inspiring about children is when they act, it's not like they've been trained to do it, or that there's no fear about will this film do well, or how do I make it different. They're just doing what they're doing because they are feeling it, experiencing it, and they're more intuitive, and they know little, but that's actually the best part, because when they act, then it's very real. And sometimes when you know a lot, it kind of doesn't work in the favor. Sometimes it does, but like for me, it's just inspiring to see how they act, how they react. And by the end of this film, they became a family. They went to the beach together. They went to restaurants together. I was in a hotel the other day in Hyderabad, and I saw all of them together with their parents. And they came hugging. They're like, Shriya, 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 and they all took pictures with me and posted them. So if I'm promoting a film, they all will like retag or post it on their page. Literally like call me a family, and it's really, really sweet, because it's not that they didn't have their own baggage when they came on set. Like somebody's going through some problem, somebody's going through something else. When you sit down with them after a few days, you realize that they're going through a lot. But when they come, when Sir says action, it's just magic that they create, and that's actually beautiful.
Yeah. Sharman, how was that experience for you?
It was lovely. Yeah. Working with the kids is always joyful. No baggages carried along. Complete honesty, hard work, focused. It's always joyful, and in between shots you get to spend some wonderful moments with them, and I feel most I think they are stress busters for me. Just to have a conversation with kids, it really it's one of those things I really feel relaxed, because some of the questions you might ask them and the answers that they give are so
They loved you.
yeah,
They loved him. It was
they-
amazing.
I think we all do.
No, they were all like
Thank-
around him the whole time.
yeah, no, it
Yeah.
was lovely. So बहुत मज़ा आया, and actors तो थे ही थे, वो बात तो थी, and जैसे श्रिया ने कहा बहुत सारों की there were a lot of you know kind of problems actually, and more than problems, it was very emotionally I can imagine how gravely disturbing it might have been for a particular kid, and she did very well too, and I think the film helped her big time.
Yeah,
That she
no,
had
it
to
was hard.
come, yeah, she had to come to work, kept her preoccupied in terms
Yeah.
of her mind, and
Yeah.
so yeah, many stories, many different such stories, but yeah, all in all, a great experience working with all these kids.
Yeah, and seeing them kind of deal with it head on in a way that it's not showing. They are professional on the set,
Yeah.
but it kind of encourages and motivates you as well, because if a kid at that age is having that much of maturity, it kind of pushes you also. For sir, you like the theme of the film is around how the education system we limit it to academics only, and art takes a back seat because more focus is there. You have had a life of your own which is so much full of academia as well as the arts. So somewhere, was it an inspiration behind the film, or did that real life experience influence the film subject?
No, as a child, I never, I was always playing and also studying. I was a school topper, class topper, school topper till class 9, 10. So I was, but after the class, I never went for any, just playing around. So, but today's kids, I see, they don't have that time.
Yeah.
And I came across one of my colleagues' son who has a problem of this pressure. So there onwards I started thinking, and slowly it emerged as a very serious subject. But to tell a serious subject in a serious way, it would have become very sad film. So I kind of turned into leave that track of going through children pressure. I brought in these two. So that pressure and that lack of time for children, how it affects them together to put one play. So I told the story not through those characters, told the story these two characters. So, but the problem is that. But because of that problem, these are not able to rehearse one series. 7 children of Sound of Music together, till the interval they can't put together all 7. Somebody are there missing. So I created these characters to tell that story, and in a musical format.
Okay. And Shriya, like we talk about today, that it is very different from how we used to be as kid to be a kid today. It's very different, and because the challenges are different, the technology has evolved, so it has also changed a lot of things. So, as a parent, what is your biggest concern for your kid?
Oh my God, there's so many. Which school to choose? Which which board? I'm like,
ICSE, I support
oh my
ICSE.
God, I'm like, what is this? Oh my God, it's confusing. And then the whole day, it's just. But now I feel because my parents were very supportive and they allowed me be who I wanted to be. I want to do the same for my child. And a lot of parents are really supporting their children and letting them choose art form or choose the subjects they want to. Because it's not just about studies, it's about you have to do science. You can't do like art, you can't do like commerce. So it's like you're literally just focused on, for the longest time, only on engineering, a doctor. This is that you can't do beyond. You can't do anything else, right? So it's suffocating. It's almost like an emotional war that they're having every day with themselves, finding themselves. Because when you're like told so much about what you should do or you shouldn't do, you'll never find yourself. And if you don't find yourself, you'll never find true happiness. Because beyond a point, if you can't be somebody else, you can't hide who you really are, and it has to come out. And as parents, I think it's very important that we allow our children to be and allow your children to follow their dreams.
And as a father, Sharman, what's the biggest struggle you see your kids going through right now?
I think, see, times have changed, technology advancement and all that, of course. But it was technological advancement during our times when our parents were taking care of us. Now, along with technology, my parents moved forward at that point of time. I've moved forward at this point of time. I understand the challenges are different for them as kids as opposed to when I was a kid. But at the same time, it's not something that cannot be managed. We managed it that time. We used the telephone to our advantage. Today, these kids are using the mobile phones to their advantage. Sometimes disadvantage. We did that ourselves too. And overindulgence in anything is a problem. And as long as you find the balance, you're good. That's what we are pushing them towards and pushing ourselves towards constantly, because we all have to work and rework on ourselves also. Na forget the kids. तो वही है, ऐसा कुछ मुझे दे स्टडीज़ का प्रेशर हो रहा है, वो तो होता ही है, तो they have to manage that.
And as we see in the trailer and the poster and everything, you also need a teacher who takes that step, who takes that extra initiative in making sure that the kids also realize their potential, the kids also get to explore the other things. Who has been that teacher in your career who has kind of made you navigate through this industry?
Film industry.
Yeah.
Many. I remember I was dancing and I couldn't copy the step that the choreographer was giving me, and then Chiranjeevi sir came and said, "Listen, have your own style. Do what you have to do because you're only one." And it didn't register at that point of time. And he said, "Let her do exactly how she wants to do," and I did it. And literally that song, that step is still, people remember that. And it's not because, I mean, of course I did the choreographer's step, it's his step, it's not that I created my own. But I feel like he taught me that be yourself. Rajinikanth sir taught me how to respect people while you're at your high, because when you're doing really well, because everyone has a failure, and it's those people who come to rescue you. They're the ones who you be nice to, and ups and downs are part of industry. But every actor I worked with, every director I worked with, they taught me something or the other about finding myself or learning my craft. But in music school, I'm very grateful to Sharman, because half the time I was losing my cool. I was really young. She was just 6-7 months old. And we were rehearsing, and we were in Goa shooting. She had mums at some point. I was dealing with being a new mum. It's just like mentally, emotionally, it's a very difficult phase of your life. And I really wanted to be part of this film, and Sharman really made it. He always was the calming effect on the set. He's like, "Calm down, it's fine, it's fine." I'll be like, "What are we doing? What are we doing?" I'm like, "Calm down, it's fine. It'll work. It'll happen." Kiran sir also is a very patient man. Like, I've never seen him shouting at anyone, being a cameraman. He's like, calm, whatever. From sir, I think I learned, which I've never said this to sir before, is that, we become very comfortable in our life thinking कि हम ये कर रहे हैं तो we'll just do that because it's fine. And very few of us are fearless enough to say, okay, this is great. What if I live my dreams differently? What if I take a plunge and learn something new and create something new? And he's done that. Like, he was in the highest post ever and left that and tried to make a film. And that's a beautiful film. And that's a huge thing to learn from him, to always explore, do new things, and take risk.
Yeah. And I think Sharman has that calming effect. Like, even when he's sitting here,
I met his wife. I'm like, how do you talk to him? Because he'd be like, you'll be fighting. He'll be like, really? Nuts learner. He'll be eating. Acha. Oh, phir?
I feel like abhi na yahan pe balance hai. These two are calm people. You and me are very hyperactive
yeah,
people.
And he'll be like, phir kya hua? Acha, and full gossip, पूरा मजा आता है उसको पूरी गॉसिप पूछे अच्छा फिर क्या हुआ
हाँ,
अच्छा
पूरे मजे तो लेने हैं ना, वो बात तो
पूरी
है।
सुनेगा
या
मतलब पूरी गॉसिप भी चाहिए कामिंग भी है शांत भी कर लेगा then I'll go,
टैलेंट
I'm
है ये
like-
भी एक।
and I'm like हाँ अच्छा मैं and I'm going it's I think I've packed up
Yeah.
हाँ तो जा ना
But Sharman, I'm sure like a lot of people might have asked you about the Three Idiots thing because it created such a buzz around. But seeing all the love that you got for it, did it kind of made you want to revisit any franchise of yours because you have been a part of so many great ensembles?
मतलब इसको देना पड़ेगा 100 मार्क्स इसने वही सवाल मतलब घुमा के पूछा है
I have not gone to Three Idiots either.
मतलब इसने जो घुमा के पूछा है ना
ये गोलमाल पे आ रहा है.
गोलमाल
No, no, I was gonna say there's Rang De Basanti, there's Golmaal, there is Three Idiots.
Life in a Metro.
Life in a Metro. There are many
हाँ.
ensembles.
Anurag has thrown us out of.
Yeah.
बासु ने तो नहीं कास्ट किया ना हम लोग. ठीक है. Doesn't matter. His loss.
Yeah. But any franchise.
He'll
you would
realize.
want to get back to?
बहुत जल्द 1 साल में रिलीज करेगा. मजाक कर रहा हूँ भाई माफ करो. माफ करो भाई माफ.
I would want to be part of it.
But do you want to revisit any franchise?
Golmaal I'm hoping to be a part of. Golmaal 5 will happen
Yeah.
and I'm hoping I can be a part of it.
Yeah, and he's expanding it so vastly. He's making his own comedy universe now, Rohit Shetty. I feel like there's a lot of scope to do that as well.
Yeah.
To include
Action
previous
universe
characters.
Yeah, that's right.
Cop हो गया, comedy हो गया. Now there's Astravas. There are so many universes happening now.
Yeah.
Like it's hard. It has become hard to keep track of everything. But it is amazing to see you all in music school. Like
Thank you.
it is a very refreshing film. I feel like this is a concept that has been done before, but not done in a way that is unique to it.
No, it's
This
not.
has
Yeah,
a
this
very
is
musical
perfect.
touch to it, and I think music always connects to people.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, everyone,
Thank
for being those
you.
people, for bringing such a amazing story to life, for bringing such a theme and a subject that people need to talk about. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
I like your shirt. It's like
and
a
it was
jailer shirt.
Yeah.
And this movie is all about kids being in a jail.
You won't believe it's 15 years old.
Music school.
No, this sweatshirt.
कहाँ से लाया तू ढाई?
This was I had purchased.
You're
it.
trying to show that you're lost weight or you're like very fit now.
No,
or-
I'm just trying to show I keep my clothes very intact.
अच्छा
I don't change my clothes very often. Change
Ayyo.
not daily वाला
Chi,
change.
chi, chi,
Change my
chi,
clothes
chi,
as in I when I buy a piece of clothing unless it has
मतलब
been
ऐसे
tarnished by
गर्लफ्रेंड को
people.
प्रिजर्व करके रख सकते हो पार्टनर को रख सकते हो कपड़ों में
No.
सस्टेनेबिलिटी यार
Sustainability, yeah.
चलो.
But thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you, thank
It is
you.
always a pleasure talking to you, and you two were my
Always.
first time guests. Thank you so
Always.
much for giving me this.
When I let you talk it's a pleasure
We'll have this opportunity very soon again. I'm very sure of it. But thank you so much, Anurag.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shriya Saran, Paparao sir, Sharman Joshi.
And you're watching us on
See, नीचे देखो होगा ऊपर है Bollywood Bubble आते हैं ना लगा हुआ